Alright, tubers, bringing you a little video, totally different than what I usually do. If you guys don't know what you're looking at a mash. Let's get you in closer. Hear it cooking? That is a good sign. It was brown yesterday from the molasses. It is a totally different color today. I used a turbo yeast. More of a super yeast, I should say. It was a super yeast. A sweet feed, which is right there. And the sweet feed had molasses in it. I got a cracked corn 50-pound bag. But I like my sweet grain. A little bit better of whiskey. I used 5 gallons of water, roughly 2.5 to 3 pounds of sweet feed. Normally they say fill up the bucket 4 inches from the bottom, and 5 pounds of sugar. I don't know if that's picking up, but you can hear it. It sounds like Rice Krispies. You can definitely see the bubbles. The white coloration is a good sign of fermentation. You can hear it actually sounds like sizzling. Very good sign. This mash will produce roughly 130 to 160. Oh well, 130 to 160 proof. It really depends. I got some right over here. It's already produced. There you go. Let me show you. And all I do is really just put in a Rubbermaid container. It works pretty good. And I like the sweet feed. The sweet feed is really, really good. Here's some right here I produced. It's double distill. This is about 185 proof. I'll have to proof it again, and I'll put that on a little second video. But it is really high proof. Ran it through a charcoal filter after distilling it twice. It's pretty wicked stuff. I like it. Let's go down here. Sorry for all the moving around. I'll put you right there on the sweet feed. And I have one with just strawberries. I need to get a strawberry like Oasis to put in there and a little bit of sugar, and that will be good. And I have one that has 2 apples, cinnamon stick, and cider in it, what they like to call apple pie. Now I'm making a lemon drop and a cherry pie, I'd like to say. I tend to use these varieties of sweet grain just because the sweet grain has the molasses in it already, so it has a really good sugar already put in it. And I believe here is, yeah, I'm not going to get into all that, the ingredients of what's in here. It's all finished up. Yeah, it does have the molasses already in it, if you can see that. Cracked corn's the first one. I'll have to get that out some other time and show you when I got some, when I'm actually preparing to cook. But this is my actual pot that I actually use. I run it through the dishwasher every time, so it is sterile. And that's that. And I have a bigger one actually that I run. This little 1/2 inch, I guess. This a little bit bigger, so I can run more. That's about it. I'll bring an update, I guess. I had a few people that wanted me to put that on there, so there you guys go. I'll see you guys. Hey guys, bringing you a part 2. This is the 3rd day. Still going pretty strong. It's a 7-day super yeast by Liquor Quick. Pick up at Fair Tuck. Pretty cheap, like $6. Doing pretty good. The coloration is great. It's changing color to the color you like. See, like a milky color. I don't have my spoon down here. I'll stir it. I stirred it this morning. I only tried to do it once, but I was going to do it for you guys now. I don't know if you can actually hear with my AC going, but that's pretty much it on the mash. Once it stops bubbling and it gets less active, that means all the yeast is pretty much finished. Then I will screen it and put it in the still and run it. I'll put the lid back on here. I have a few things I want to show you guys. I did all the juices. I like calling them juice, but you know, different flavors. You got strawberry cream. It's pretty good, not bad. I like it. The 2 cherries. I'm a big fan of the cherry. It has a good aftertaste. I have the apple pie, which is sitting pretty nicely, and I have the 2 lemonade. And this is the proof of my double distill. It looks like it's right below 190-ish, you know, give or take. You don't really want it sitting on anything. Yeah, it looks like to be right at 190, maybe. I'll say a little less, just because it is leaning. There you go. Yeah, let's drop it in. Yeah, right at 190. That's what I have left after doing everything. They taste pretty good. Just store recipes, nothing big. But that's the second edition. I'm going to add to that first video and upload it and get it going for you guys. Take one more look. This stuff is extremely flammable. Anything really over 130 catch on fire pretty easily. I've had some stuff at 120, 115 catch on fire. It was a little harder to light, but it was achievable. It lit. This stuff, you light it pretty quickly. I like the double distill just because you get better quality whiskey, especially running it through a charcoal filter. I don't know if you guys know the process of making a mash. Pretty much what you have to do is you have to convert the starch into sugar. And you can add sugar as well. But like if you use cracked corn, pretty much people just sprout the corn for a couple inches on the root, knock off the root, then ferment it. I like to take a different approach. I like to put the sweet feed in boiling water, boil it, add the sugar, dissolve it, let it cool down to 90, add my yeast, let it sit. I usually use a turbo yeast. Quality is important. I do use the turbo yeast, and it's very nice. I would recommend anyone, if you're going to distill, if it's legal in your area. In Missouri, you're allowed to distill up to 100 gallons per person in household, 200 max if you have a second person that's over 21. Pretty much, you can't label it to sell, and you can't sell it. Well, I'm sorry, label it, and you can't sell it. Pretty much, I don't sell it. I do it just to have fun with. You know, bring it to a party. Hey, try this, you know. I have generations of family who brewed whiskey. Well, not brewed, but distilled whiskey. I would say I learned from a lot of old heads, and I don't mean that in a rude way. I learned from a lot of older people on how to brew it, so I'm pretty decent at it, but I know the common recipe, you know what I mean? I don't know like different ways of brewing or anything of that nature. It is free floating. Nothing stopping it. So I learned from my uncles, my dad, and all them. I know pretty well how to do it. It's just the basic science, converting starch into sugar, letting the yeast eat the sugar, and the byproduct of that is alcohol. Evaporated around 170 depending on the elevation in your area. Mine usually does about 180, 185. just because in St. Louis it's different elevation, and I guess the setup I'm running. Oh well. But I double distill it and I get a fine product. Very clear product, very potent product. I do distill twice and run it through a charcoal filter. I'm not a pro. I'm not like all these other older people on here that could make all kinds of different banana moonshine and all that stuff. I like to call this just a plain old all grain whiskey, mixed grain, sweet feed whiskey. That's what I like. I do have a gallon oak barrel going with a gallon of 150 proof. I'm going to make some, and I got oak chips in it as well. I'm going to make pretty much a Jack. Not Jack, literally, but pretty much a oak-based whiskey. Some people call it Jack. I don't like to. Jack is it's a different type of whiskey. I like it. I'm more of a Lark whiskey. If you ever heard of Lark whiskey, go ahead and look them up. It's a very fine whiskey. I love that whiskey. Every chance I get, I buy it. Fairtuck, for some reason, does not sell it. It's very expensive, but it's a good damn whiskey. If you ever get a chance, go ahead and try it. But I'll let you guys go, and this is the second part, and stay tuned. I'm going to make a bunch of different stuff. I got a key lime pie coming, a cherry pie, what else? A grape sensation. I got the recipe for that from my uncle. Very interesting. So I'll keep you guys posted and upload as I go. Let me know if there's any type of recipe you'd like. I can review it, give it to a person to review. Just let me know, inbox me, and if you have any questions, let me know. See you.